He doubled the amount of fish that he turned into wine.
They remind me of the heady. True, he needs to grow up.
And he's back. Yes, kebabs definitely come from Turkey, we can say that.
One, two, right. So yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Oh, it came on for a second and then...
Yeah, I know. Hello everyone. I don't know what the hell is going on here. My auxiliaries are not sending properly. We're having issues again. This is unbelievable. I have no idea why this is not working. I'm going to
Apparently it's working now.
no, they can hear me but they can't hear you. I know that because I'm giving them a different feed. I've got no idea what's going on. Apparently my output from my desk number one is not working. I will come back to that in a second. So let's do the show. Let's just go at the first song and then I'll try and sort the problems and we'll go from there. 2.
My brain is about to burst. My eyes have got red.
Testing 1 2 1 2, and I think we're over the top of the song.
It's getting hard for me to see. Is anyone out there here for me? It's getting hard for me to breathe. Can anyone here show me how to live? It's getting hard for me to see. Is anyone out there here for me? It's getting hard for me to breathe. Can anyone here show me how to live?
I've got 4 kids. Need double the amount of fish that he turned into wine.
They remind me of a heady. True, he needs to grow up.
And he's back. Yes, kebabs definitely come from Turkey, and you can say that.
Take 2. Hello and welcome. It's Sunday, which means it's Spudathon time. This week we've all been busy. I've been editing more than it's possible to edit, and we have 4 unseen short clips for you. But we've all still made it despite being busy. Robert Bone, hang on a minute. Yeah, Robert Bone has picked 6 songs, so that was his first pick you just heard there, out of sequence. There's an old song from Trev's band, Series 2 news and clips, Chris's to album of the week. We got a special Who's Said It, Trev's True or False, Ricky's Confession, and of course Jesus the Pen. But first, the man who made it here despite moving house, having no Wi-Fi, having 4 kids and a pregnant wife. It's Chris.
Good evening and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers who might be listening.
It's very true. Mother's Day, of course.
Yeah. In the UK. Is it different in America or something?
It is, yeah.
I wish they'd had a Granny's Day. I'd have got her a car.
And secondly, the man who's made it tonight despite the National Bumhole exhibition taking place in Norwich. It's Ricky.
I didn't fucking know about that. I wouldn't be here if there was something like that on. Hello.
Your face, Rick.
Imagine if there was a National Bumhole exhibition.
I want to fucking start one.
And of course, the man who's made it this far, despite the wife, it's Trevor.
Hello.
And of course, there's me, who's here despite many requests not to be. Please share the stream. Please subscribe. We are doing our first one entirely on YouTube. I've just got to say, because I was going to read this before How to Live, but we've already played it now because of the mix-up. I had to just unplug a sound interface and plug it back in again, and it will seem to work. Robert Bone has picked this week's 6, and he picked How to Live, and his reason is it may be the best part of 3 days long, but those catchy ohs get in your head, some funky Hammond organ, and it builds to a stupendously gigantic finish. And that was his reasons for picking How to Live. So that was his
Bloody good reasons as well.
Absolutely. So what's our...
We was just discussing though, if anyone wants a 10-hour version of that ending, just put in the comments. Let's put it to a vote.
Yeah, I think I'll do a 10-hour version of it because it would be rude not to.
Yeah, I think, Would anyone like that 10-hour version of the ending of that song?
I thought that was the 10-hour version.
So hello to everyone. I've missed loads of people on the hellos, but hello to Anne Blair, Christine Leland, to Sharon, Donna and David Mitchell. Lovely Donna there. And who else is on here? Bex is there. Brian Craven. The Lux are with us. How lucky we are to have your, whatever it is you're doing. Presents. That's the word I was looking for. Joe Tuffin. I've been working way too hard. I had a 24-hour day yesterday, so I'm exhausted. And of course,
Jesus.
Robert Bone is listening to his selection. But sad news. Obviously,
Yeah.
This show we'll be mentioning a few times, Taylor Hawkins. Chris, do you want to talk about Taylor? Because
I mean, when Dave and I were talking about it, when we got the news, he was basically the John Bonham of our sort of generation, really, which is the drummer in a massive rock band who appealed to... He was just... And also, let's face it, when you think of the Foo Fighters, you think of Dave Grohl and Taylor Hawkins sat there. Or Dave Grohl, you see Dave Grohl playing, and there's Taylor Hawkins, a massive grin drumming away in the background. He's the sort of visual, as much as Dave Grohl is the visual image of the Foo Fighters. I'm still in shock. It's awful. I mean...
Yeah, same.
And I watched that thing that you posted, Dave, that drumming masterclass thing that he did with Steve Lamacq. And that's brilliant. And you sort of get to see the inner workings of the guy there, really, what inspired him to get into drums, who his favourite drummers were. You know, even teaches Steve Lamacq to drum, kind of, if, you know, Steve Lamacq doesn't snap doing it. He's only skinny, isn't he?
What about you, Ricky? It was you that texted me first.
I saw Ricky.
Well, I was laying in bed and it was late. It was like 3 or 4 in the morning. And I saw one of my friends post up like breaking news, and I thought it was going to be like, because it was a mate of mine. He's always like posting funny stuff. So I saw this breaking news and I thought, it's going to be one of these breaking news funny photos. But then it said, I opened it up and it said, you know, Taylor Hawkins dead, and I was like, no way. So I was just basically searching the net for any kind of information because it was all quite fresh. So not a lot was like coming out, but then within like the next half hour, all these news feeds were like started jumping on it, and I was like, oh no, this is just, because it was only like a few days ago I saw on like their Instagram they put up a photo of like the end of show shot behind with the crowd and stuff. It was just like, fuck me, man. Like he was there a couple of days ago, and now he's fucking like gone. And it's so mad.
Did you ever meet him, Trev?
No, no, I don't. Never really followed the Foo Fighters, but it's a shame. Shame he had to push his envelope a bit too much.
Yeah, I think the one thing that, even though this is a very British-based universe that we've created here, this fictional Space Potatoes universe, both Dave, Ricky, and I are huge Foo Fighters fans. I mean, I saw them in September '95, pre-Taylor Hawkins, in the Academy in Manchester. I've just, because obviously I was a huge Nirvana fan, so it was the next logical thing. And really like that. Their early stuff's fantastic, but they've been consistently. They're always worth a listen. They're a great live band. And I said to Ricky yesterday on the phone, I think this will be the end of the Foo Fighters. I just think Dave Grohl might do something different. I don't know, but and I feel really sorry for him. Obviously, he's got wife and kids and stuff, but Dave Grohl's been through this before. When Taylor Hawkins OD'd in 2001 in London, he was at his bedside for weeks while he was in that coma. And then when he came around, I've already been through this. And he's like, "Oh,
shame."
It's awful. It really is sad. It really, really is."
Yeah, very sad.
It's very sad. Well, we'll be bringing up a few more references to Foo Fighters and Taylor Hawkins later in the show. Tomorrow, over on, I'll have to get the name of the podcast right now. Do you remember the name of Jeremy's podcast? I'm going to look it up now. This is really unprepared, isn't it? Me and Chris did a podcast.
Oh yeah, Thinky Jazz,
Sticky Jazz podcast. We recorded it about a month or so ago, or 2 months ago, I think it was.
It was a while ago now.
It was a while ago, but it's actually going up tomorrow, and it's about an hour and 40 minutes long. You get to hear us, me and Chris, chatting away with Jeremy Hinks of the Sticky Jazz podcast. So we'll be posting links to that on all our social media.
Sticky Jizz.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Sorry, just had to say that.
Obviously you did, yeah. And if you've not got your email with 14 to Megalomania, please let me know, as ever. Right, we're going to play the first clip, because we've already played How to Live, which would have come in. But this is our first yet unseen clip from 2020 Rendezvous Series 2. No, we did actually play some before, but this one here is unseen. And this is Ricky walking around a field, and it's very, very short. So here we go.
I've stepped in dog shit. Yeah, I've been talking to a few birds. Went on Tinder for a while. Was talking to a few birds on now. Met up with them during lockdown, which was legal. Cut that bit. Then I met Lisa. Great tits, great arse. We just really get on. So I feel like I'm happy. I feel settled. Actually, I can smell it. I think I have.
There we go. There's your first small clip of an interview, which is in episode 1 with Ricky, where he's walking around a field.
It still amazes me how fucking big I was. Jesus Christ. It's like a fucking balloon.
Yeah, you can see it now. See it.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? It's fucking mad.
So yeah, there you go. That clip there is from episode 1, which is not giving too much away. I'm trying not to give anything away.
Yeah, you're being very, very mysterious with these clips, Dave. Very good.
Absolutely, yeah. And we've still got a few little bits to go on top. Our fictional interviewer, Sean, is yet to record some voiceovers, so you never know, they might actually get a question in there before Ricky talks. But that's that, right. Track number 5, which is the 5th place, should I say, which is number 2 of the show, that Robert Bone picked for us, is Birds. Which is why I put that one in that place, because obviously in the background of that is...
about bleeding time this was played.
He wrote, Birds. It cannot be denied that Ricky is a lyrical genius, but this track written by Dave is a classic. And that's what he wrote. So here we go. At number 5 this week, we have Birds.
doesn't mean you're a disgrace. You'll never compare to my one true girl, even though she has put me through hell. If I need shares in your affair, I'd rather be alone again. If you miss me, I'll block your text. All I want from you is sex.
Mr. Howard, what's happened to you? Has everything gone wrong? You've had your heart broken in two and put it in a song.
We can meet up and go out on dates, but I'll always prioritise a night with my mates. If you give me a headache, I'll show you the door. Cause I'm wise now as I've been hurt before. You may well have a great bumhole, but if I need shares in tramadol to tolerate your fucking mouth, it's simple, get out of my house.
Mr. Howard, what's happened to you? Has everything gone wrong? You've had your heart broken in two and put it in a song.
How can I explain? I'm the one to blame. My heart capsized, and now it sank. How can I explain? I'm the one to blame. My heart capsized, and now it sank. I now have a fucking wank.
Mr. Howard, what's happened to you? Has everything gone wrong? You've had your heart broken in two and put it in a song. Mr. Howard, what's happened to you? Has everything gone wrong? You've had your heart broken in two and put it in a song.
There we go. That was Birds.
Birds.
What a song, eh? What a song. I really like that song.
In Space Potatoes just for that song alone.
And when you take all the words off it and the vocals off it, it's a great little backing track to have behind the scene.
Brilliant. Ricky's drumming on that, which was really difficult, wasn't it, Ricky? Can't you admit it? It was a tough one.
All of Dave's drumming parts were very challenging.
That's because he's not a drummer.
Because he would do all these. I remember. What was that middle section
They're
that
always
you?
possible to play.
Yeah, after like 15,000 goes at it. But what was that? There was a middle section of a song, and I was like, Dave, this is I need to be fucking squiddly diddly to play these parts.
Diddly diddly.
But we got it in the end, and it sounds fucking great.
It's brilliant.
Jackie Luck says, Dave, can you say hi to Megan and Charlie and say, Mum says thank you for being my babies? Of course. Megan and Charlie, hello. And Jackie says, thank you for being my babies. So there we go.
Hello to you all.
Christine said, this song is not as long as Ricky's others. Yes. Well, it's because
it's not one of Ricky's.
Yeah.
It's one of Dave's.
Fictionally Ricky's.
For months, I've been stressing this. This is not my song. I just sing on it. It's not mine. That
Didn't
is
even
Dave's.
sing on it. I sampled you off the. That's actually him
Oh, yeah,
reading
exactly.
it
I
off
didn't
the
even sing. I didn't even
documentary.
sing on it.
You put no effort in whatsoever. In fact, there's an outtake about that where I moan about it, but I've decided not to put it in.
I put more effort in that song when I'm not on it.
So anyway, in a more serious note, we're going to have a kind of a more serious Who Said It tonight, and hopefully it'll be in good taste. So in the week where beloved Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins died at the ridiculously young age of 50, we're going to play a game called Who Said It, and in this week we're asking who said it, Taylor Hawkins or Dave Grohl.
Who said it? Who?
I don't believe in guilty pleasures. If you fucking like something, like it. Who said it?
Dave Grohl.
Yeah, Dave Grohl.
It was Dave Grohl. It's about following your passion and trying not to be famous.
Taylor Hawkins.
Dave Grohl.
Hawkins.
Taylor Hawkins. I make my living playing rock and roll. I'm not going to complain about it.
That's Dave Grohl.
Yeah, Dave Grohl.
Yeah, I have to say Dave Grohl.
That was Taylor Hawkins.
Ah.
Heavy metal would not exist without Led Zeppelin, and if it did, it would suck.
Dave Grohl.
Taylor Hawkins.
Taylor Hawkins.
That's Dave Grohl.
Finally.
I had no idea what I was doing, and I faked it, and it worked.
Taylor Hawkins.
Dave Grohl.
Taylor Hawkins.
That's Dave Grohl. And the last one of the lot. Who cares? Those awards are nice, but they fucking don't mean shit. It doesn't matter.
Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl.
Taylor Hawkins. Had to end on a Taylor Hawkins quote.
But it could have been
I got 3.
I got 2.
So this winner, the winner this week, should I say, is Ricky. And that was, who said it? Taylor Hawkins or Dave Grohl?
Who said it? Who?
So there we go. It's nice that their quotes are kind of so similar in kind of nature.
Yeah, that was hard. It's
you
just
can't
like,
tell.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why
totally.
I quite liked it, because I wasn't sure if it was tasteful or not, but when I read them, I thought they were quite nice.
No, it's right. It's right.
Yeah, so that's cool. Right, number 4 this week. Number 4. Robert Bone has picked On the Run, which is one of my songs on 14. And he said, really reminds me of David Bowie's Hello Space Boy and Nine Inch Nails' Perfect Drug, particularly the obscure B-side remixes. Captures that odd period in the late 90s where everyone tried to do a drum and bass remix of everything. And that's exactly what it's meant to sound like. So thank you very much for that. I might use these as reviews. No, they're not even fake reviews, but, you know, use quotes of them in places. So, yeah, Robert Bone's pick for our number 4 position this week, and it's On the Run.
Sitting up late on a Friday night. Nobody's online with me. Hiding out, locked up inside my house. Feeling like I'm on the run, on the run. I can't see you, there's no one near me. No one walking in my street. I can only hear you digitally now. Feels like we will never meet. Chatting with the bots, it's all fake news. Makes me angry every day. Well, I was crying about honesty. The standards dropped away, dropped away.
Is the outstanding new album by Space Potatoes, featuring future classics such as Speak to Me, Damaged Breathing, Wish I Wasn't Here, Take Us to the Stars, Foxes and Cats. Order 14 by Space Potatoes now at 2020rendezvous.com.
So there we go. That was On the Run, which was the number 4 pick. Yes. Hello, Trevor.
Oh,
Trevor's gone.
doing his Norman Collier there.
Trevor has gone. Ricky's got a yellow line between him.
Oh.
You'll have to reconnect. I'm sure that will come up soon. I hope it does, because we're going to have Trev's True or False. Ah, I have to swap them round.
I'll make one up if that's the case.
Trevor's reconnecting slowly. So while Trevor reconnects, let's play the next clip. So the next clip is actually in the opening part and also the end, because you get a clip of the end at the beginning of episode 2. And this is a tiny bit of Steve, with Steve, and he's a radio DJ. So here we go. We're on the radio, mate.
Yeah, but we're not live now. No one's listening.
But they're always listening.
Mate, you're just too paranoid. You're just too conservative, looking cool, aren't you? Look at you.
G'day, fellas. We're going to cut to you in about 30 seconds. All right?
Okay.
You're listening to Rock Wallaby on EX FM.
Available on the internet, mate.
And that was Stage Struck, the latest single from, can you guess who it is yet? Space Potatoes, a band who had a strange year in 2020, all documented in the cult underground TV show 2020 Rendezvous. If you haven't seen it yet, give it a go.
So there we go. That was a very short clip there, just a little teaser of Steve's character. We got Trev back. Hello, Trev.
Hello. I don't know what happened there. Apart from I got a message off Zoom saying, I can't remember what it said, but it just said I was on a 40-minute limit.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all, seeing as it's my call that I started and I've got a Zoom Pro account. There we go. Look, I'm flexing here. I've got Zoom Pro.
We know about that from Series 1.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so yeah, there's that was that. Anyone saying anything about Steve yet being in there? No, not yet. But that was a clip there from the beginning of episode 2.
Some people might not recognise him in that character as Rock Wallaby.
Oh, Anne said, nice to see DJ Steve. So there we go. Let's move on to Trev's True or False, as long as his connection stays good. So here we go. Better turn the music
Yeah,
on.
that was weird. Right. Right. This is a possible from the past and a possible from the not so past. Right.
Still the past, though.
Sort of. The one's a long time ago. Right.
You're not going to tell us a fact from the future.
I could do. I got found out for doing something a bit naughty because of a black face.
Okay.
I'll say that.
The other one is there's reasons and everything, but I'll give you the other one first. Nearly got into trouble because of a cheapo drone.
A cheapo drone?
Cheapo drone.
Oh, drone.
You got two for, it was 35 quid for 2 drones off a shopping channel.
Wow.
Nearly got me into trouble. I can give you the reasons, or you can have the reasons after.
Yeah, let's ask you some questions on first. So when will give us some times on these particular events?
Right. The got found out for doing something a bit naughty. I suppose back in the day it was a lot naughty because of a black face. Was
what sort of year?
Yeah. That would have been about 1970 when we just moved into our second. Well, my mum and dad moved into a second house, and it had an attic that was floored out, and it had eaves with little hatches you could peer inside. They were quite big, actually, the eaves. So I was up there playing around one day in the eaves. It was boiling hot, which I didn't like, but I wasn't as bad with heat then. And I came across a stash of magazines.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Of course, the eave where these magazines were near some little, well, quite biggish cardboard boxes, actually, with more papers and stuff in, all shoved down, you know. So I found these magazines. Had a bit of a trembler when you find whoever's stash you found. So while I'm up there on my own, I'll have a bit of a laugh. So as I was trying to get these magazines from under this this ledge, this cardboard box fell over and a big load of dust went, and I thought, got it off my hands and that. Didn't think, I was so excited about finding these magazines. I didn't know which page to look at once. So I'm like that. When I eventually had my little bit of time with the magazines, I went back downstairs and my dad was in the kitchen and he said, "Have you been messing around in the attic?" And I was like, no. He went, "Go and look in the mirror." So I went into the mirror. My face was covered in soot. And he knew what I'd been doing. So I got busted for that.
Were they his stash or something?
You what?
Were they his stash or the previous?
I think they were, yeah.
Oh,
he didn't say anything else after that.
Oh.
He knew what I've been doing. He knew what I've been doing. Anyway.
So what about the other one? So when was that?
The other one, it was just after Christmas. This would have been maybe 4 years ago. And out at the back of our house, there's it's more than 4 years, about 5 years now, because they put a housing estate on it now, but it used to be a nice big field.
Yeah, fleshing it out to try and make it believe you.
No. So I bought them 2 drones for Christmas off a shopping channel, 35 quid for 2. So the first time we went out to try them, my younger grandson had his going, and I had the elder grandson's one because I wanted to have a go. So up they went. I'm thinking, these aren't doing what they should. They were going all over the place. It was chaos. Anyway, there's a reason for that. But the one I think I was controlling suddenly dropped quite rapidly and managed to land right on the top of this guy's head that was taking a shortcut on his push bike over the field. And he was not pleased. He started threatening all sorts of action and solicitors, and so I said, "Look, it was just an accident. It was an accident. I'm really sorry." What it was, They were so cheap. Both controllers and both drones were on the same operating frequency.
Oh no!
So when they got close, I don't really understand it, but they were just not. It was like trying to use a mouse upside down. You know what I mean? It was just terrible. So that's why we had that crash. So I nearly got into trouble. So that was the second one.
Robert Bone says, does Trev's garden back onto Gatwick Airport because they had an issue with drones about 5 years back? Answer, everyone. Put your answer in the comments. I want to know what you all think. And Blair reckons it's number 1. But we haven't had any answers from other people yet. So answer in the comments.
I'm saying number 1 just because that's just great. It's just his dad would have known what he was up to.
Yeah, I'm going to go number 1.
I cut off my dad once.
I'm going for number 2 just to be contrary. God. I'm going for number 2 just to be contrary. Right, the comments are a bit slower coming in on YouTube as they would be on Facebook, probably because people are lagging behind a bit more. So we got Robert Bone saying 1 is true. I'm glad I'm going number 2. We got Brian Craven saying 2. Donna's saying 1. Bex is saying 2. Mike's saying 1. Jenna's saying 1. Joe's saying 1. David Mitchell is saying 1. I don't know who that is, but they're saying 2. It's Silver Aveling. I don't know. But you're saying 2. My eyesight is not great. Well, I need to move that out of the way. That would help.
Yeah,
no. Oh, thanks. That would be weird if I just took them out.
That would be mad, wouldn't it?
It didn't help the fact that I had a bottle of lighter fuel in the way of the comments and I was trying to read round it, but that doesn't help. John Ralph says 1. So, which is it, Trev?
It was number 1.
Yay! Of course it was.
And
Robert Bone gets it right.
The shock I got when I looked, it's just the way he said it. Have you been messing about when you're happy? No. Because I felt sort of guilty, And he said, go and look in the mirror. So I went in the bathroom. The bathroom was out the back. It wasn't jet black, but it was soot. It's like horrible, sort of mucky soot stuff.
Yeah.
I have to ask the question, Trev.
Yeah.
Did you also have a black cock?
No, because I wiped my hands first. I was into marigolds then, anyway. Always keep a set of marigolds in your back pocket.
Because you never know when you're going to need to do a bit of washing up.
When you're going.
I think we've killed Chris.
Oh,
So yeah, there we go. That was Trev's true or false. Number 1 was the correct answer. Right. Well, coming up, we got Trev's song very soon. Chris's album of the week, Ricky's confession, and Jesus the Pen. But it is Trev's song now. What band was this?
I don't know.
Here we go. Here's his song.
Now
are back. That was Trev's song Now.
Killer.
Going through 2 10-inch RCF speakers.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I did like that.
It's a good song. I like that song a lot.
Yeah.
Very much. Yeah, Mike Penninger says that story was the beginning of Trev's road to perversion.
Could have been.
It's very, very clean, though, except on that occasion.
Except on that, yeah, that's probably what made me go clean.
Right, we've got a clip now, another clip, the third of our 4 exclusive clips. And this one is a conversation between me and Chris that happens in the control room in episode 3 when we're recording. And this is called How's Jenna? So I hope you enjoy it. How's Jenna?
What do you mean, how's Jenna?
The kids.
When do you ever ask me about Jenna and the kids?
Should be nice.
What do you mean, trying to be nice?
I'm just asking.
Change your medication?
Just asking how fucking Jenna and the kids are.
You don't know anything about Jenna and the kids. Certainly not the kids.
That's what I'm asking.
I've had a baby. What's my 4th child called?
Don't know.
What sex is my 4th child?
Don't want to, enforce genders on children at this day
Well, you've
and
got
age,
a 50-50 chance here.
Not really. There's a whole spectrum, mate. Could be anything.
It's basic mechanics. Is it a boy or is it a girl?
Don't know. It could identify as an octopus for all I give a fuck.
Well, at 18 months old, with, an ability to count to 10, knows 4 colours, she's an absolute genius.
Well, better than Ricky, then. So there we go. There's a clip there from.
You look like a fucking wrecking ball.
That's a great clip of you sitting behind the kit there.
Oh my god! All you need is fucking have Miley Cyrus sitting on the fucking swinging about the room.
So yeah. So that's
fucking wouldn't.
That's the third of 4 clips that I'm going to play you tonight.
Sorry, that's really tickled me.
But before we get to the next one,
dear.
it's Ricky's confession.
I am a fucking animal. I'm ashamed to say it. It must be why I'm a piece of shit. Sorry, I was farting. Fuck those. I'm a Twix man myself. Who's that?
So, Ricky.
So I'm just fucking cracking up like a fucking bowl of jelly with arms.
Well, we did tell you. For 4
confession.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine has been sending me photos of her ass during this stream. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. My confession goes back to when I was at school. Couldn't stand our head teacher, so me and some mates broke into the school one weekend, and we'd always have like an assembly on Mondays, and they always like left like the head teacher's chair in the middle of the stage, big fucking pretentious queen looking chair. So yeah, so me and a few of my mates like got into the school, we all took a piss on it.
Oh,
all took a little squirt of piss, and then next day, it was all in assembly. You can see the head teacher like just squirming around in a chair, like thinking, like, "What's this? This is a bit uncomfortable. It's a bit wet." So yeah, that was my.
Imagine getting caught doing that.
These were the days where we didn't have fucking CCTV. Like, well, there was a camera, but it was just in the car park. That was it, just one camera.
Ricky, you disgust me.
I don't give a shit. Fuck off.
At least when I piss, it's ink.
Just
love
Christ.
It. So there we go. A bit of bonus Jesus. That was Ricky's confession there.
I am a fucking animal. I'm ashamed to say it. It must be why I'm a piece of shit. Sorry, I was farting. Fuck those.
Oh, Twix man myself. Who's that?
So there we go. I do like get my money's worth out of those idents. Right, so number 3 this week is by Robert Bone. Let me go to my notes.
Did he written any songs?
He, well, not by Rob Bone, but his pick for number 3 this week is Chris's song on 14, which is Shine On 96. And it's a brilliant festival concept, starting off with a blatant Oasis parody that seamlessly merges through so many phases, fits so much into a track that it lasts less than 5 minutes, and believe you me, is the most northern thing I've ever heard.
Believe you me.
No, I like this song. This is good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a laugh.
It's a good.
But it is good. A lot of toing and froing, but we got it sorted in the end.
Yeah. So here we go. This is Shine On 96 from 14.
Say what they want, but they're never gonna bring us down. Funny how it seems, but they'll never take our dreams away. Dreams away. The sun will always shine on people who define their way. Believe you me, I feel like I could touch the sky. Let them tell you what they want, they never really understand. With all of you, things could never feel so high. But believe you me, the future is in our hands. Funny how it seems that they'll never take our dreams away. The sun will always shine on people who define their way. Looking out there just feels so right. Some might say we make history tonight. There's nothing left to do but enjoy the ride. Standing right there and shining in the light. Believe you me, we won't ever let you down. We know you too well, and you know that we love this sound. Funny how it seems, but they'll never take our dreams away. Dreams away. The sun will always shine on people who define their way. Looking out there just feels so right. Some might say we make history tonight. There's nothing left to do but enjoy
So there you go. That was Robert Bones' pick for number 3 this week. That was Shine On 96.
Mega.
Love this one, Chris, from Anne Blair. I'm sure I've heard this somewhere before, says Jenna. John Ralph said, I reckon if you ordered this song in a restaurant, you would definitely get a roll with it. Just saying.
Well, I did the shit jokes.
Robert Bones said, enjoying the music tonight. Well, I expect you would. So, right, what's next? I think, we've got our final clip of the week. So this one here is from episode 2. Is it episode 2? No. Yes, episode 2. And I think, or maybe it's episode 3. Beginning of episode 3. I can't remember where it's from. That really doesn't matter. But this is a part of a Zoom call between the 4 of us. It also features Lorelei. And Trev has got some of the best lines in it of all of us. So here we go.
Sounds like Blur with a Coldplay ending played by Rammstein.
Fucking cheat coming from you. Have you listened to your back catalogue, mate? You might as well put Part Life on. You're embarrassing.
I'm embarrassing? Since when?
Well, you embarrassed yourself in Sean's documentary.
Yeah.
I've not seen it. You know, from what I hear, it's been edited in your favour. He's left out some embarrassing stuff of you. I've seen those Zoom calls, mate.
Don't know what you're on about.
Okay, here's an example. What about when you rang up Lorelei to wish her Happy Black Friday?
Hello, Lorelei. Happy Black Friday.
That I did not expect.
Don't know what's embarrassing about that.
It's a discount shopping day.
I thought it was Martin Luther X Day or one of those.
I don't know where this is going, but you're having a go at Dave over some old shit, and you've had a pop at my song. I thought you were meant to be pretending to get on here.
There you go. That's a little clip there.
Pretending to get on.
I did like my lines.
Yeah.
Kev, you were honestly like Oscar winning. Brilliant.
Robert Bones says, sounds like Blur with a Coldplay ending played by Rammstein. I want to listen to that. Well, you did. It was your first pick. It's How to Live. That's what we're talking about. So,
Ramplay. I might actually start doing that. You know, like songs did like covers. I'm actually gonna and Rammstein songs in the style of Coldplay.
Will you record one and then I'll mix it and we can do a video. You can do a video of it and then I'll do a video of how you'd mix Coldplay song to be Rammstein. That would be.
I want to know how to do a video of it.
No, you do the song and I'll do a video of it on my channel.
Yeah. Okay.
Great. There we go. So
you get like monetized though. Not monetized. What's that word?
I don't really care about that. They'll get the royalties for it, but I think it would just be a good video. So,
all right. A Coldplay song in the style of Rammstein. All right,
and then I'll do a mix of it and add any other bits and pieces and tweak. And we'll get on Zoom and chat.
I'll do that.
It'll be an interesting
thing.
All
right.
So, but before me and Ricky do any of that, and before we, I've got to finish.
Potato Stein.
I've got to finish episode series 2 first. But before any of that, we've got Chris's album to week. It's a special one this week. So here we go.
Chris's to album choice of the week.
Chris's album choice of the week.
This week, obviously, with Taylor Hawkins passing away, it's the 4th Foo Fighters album, One by One, which came out in 2002, which is the first album that he drummed on all the way through. He is on There's Nothing Left to Lose, but only on about half of it. Dave Grohl drummed half of it. And it's also the album that saved them, really, because they were on the verge of breaking up. Dave Grohl was drumming with Queens of the Stone Age. They just all weren't getting on, particularly Taylor and Dave. And they spent $1 million recording an album that they went on to then bin. They were contracted to play at the Coachella Festival and said, we'll do this and then that'll be it. But on that night, they loved playing live together after such a long gap. So much that they decided to continue as a band, and in 10 days went in a studio into Dave Grohl's basement and recorded the One by One album, which has got massive hits on it, like Times Like These and All My Life. Well, there's some other great tracks on there. Tired of You, which has got Brian May on guitar on it. Low, which has got that great video with Jack Black in it, where they're like two truckers, aren't they? In a like a motel, and they get up to all kinds of shenanigans. It's just their last really big rock record, because after that they started to sort of mix things in, and they got some acoustic stuff and sort of vary their sound. But their last sort of meat and potatoes rock and roll record is this one from 2002, and yeah, it's just a great record. You will know some songs from this, but as a whole, Dave's got a theory that the Foo Fighters used to balance like a sort of a reasonable album and a great album, a reasonable album and a great album, didn't he, Dave? And this landed on the great album cycle.
That was a really killer album. I was watching a video today actually, and it had something about the guy that produced it, and it was
Alan Casper or that Nick guy, Nick.
I can't remember his name, but he said it was. He first met Dave Grohl 2 or 3 years earlier, where he was playing a session on a film soundtrack that he was in and out of the studio for. And the tour bus, he was on tour, and the tour bus pulled up outside, and he went in and did his bits, and he got on really well with this guy, and they swapped contact details, this engineer. And then just before the making of that record, he bumped into Dave Grohl in a car park. And they said that he caught up, and he said, "Yeah, I've left that studio now. I'm going freelance, looking for bits and pieces. If you hear anything," he said, "Oh, I'm just about to start doing something in my basement. It would mean living 4 months in my house and basically just committing to me for 4 months, and you've got to build a studio and then do all the."
Oh, that was the album before then, because because they did build the studio that they did nothing left to lose.
Yeah, so it was it was One by One. That they.
Oh, I thought it was the same studio.
No, One by One they recorded in Dave's basement, and he had to build a studio in Dave's basement in Virginia, and that was that. And he said it was just like those two chance meetings, and then seeing him in a car park a few days before.
Yeah, that's Adam Casper, I think.
Is that the one where they did the whole thing on tape?
No, that was later on.
That's Wasting Light when they had Butch Vig in that was in his garage.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's in that documentary, Back and Forth. I can recommend that, actually. If you see that anywhere on Netflix, the Foo Fighters documentary, Back and Forth.
Yeah.
Really, really good. That builds up to about 2010, something like that.
Have you seen the Foo Fighters have actually got a film coming out?
Yes, they have, yeah.
I think that's coming out soon. It looks so good.
On the back of that, because in the film, there is a metal band that haunts the Foo Fighters in the studio they're in. Dave, I don't know if it's the full Foo Fighters or if it's just Dave Grohl, but there's a metal album they put off the back of it, and it is absolutely brilliant. The band's called, the fictitious band is called Dream Widow. It's all a bit space potatoes, isn't it? That, fictitious bands and writing in the style of a certain genre.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dream Widow. It's on Apple Music and Spotify and stuff.
I'll check that out.
Really good, like 80s thrash metal.
But I can't wait for this film because it looks like a proper movie. It looks so good.
Yeah, it does look good. Yeah. Well, yeah, album of the week, One by One, by the Foo Fighters. Listen to it.
There we go. Well, that was Chris's album of the week.
Chris's album choice of the week.
Chris's album choice of the week. Okay, let's move on to our number 2 position this week, picked by Robert Bone. And it is one of Ricky's songs, and it is Cows. And he said, "Honestly, this is genius on so many levels. Lyrically amazing. How? Seriously. Anyone who could have banged out the lyrics to Yesterday. Anyone could have... Sorry, small on my screen. Anyone could have banged out the lyrics to Yesterday, but to write Cows, then those driving drums, the layers, it transcends just being a song." So there we go. That's a good review there, even if I messed it up. My shitty reading. So
I'm glad you like it, Rob.
This is Cows. Enjoy.
Cows. shopping, 'cause all the stress you've brought to me. I'm feeling faint now, my blood level's dropping, 'cause I'm Cowan. Yeah, I'm Cowan, and I want to talk to you, Cowan. Yeah, I'm Cowan, and I want to talk to you. I just wanna know your name, where you're from, what's your age. I just want to make a formal complaint to you. I just wanna be a dick, for no real reason, it's just for kicks. I just want someone to take the blame, 'cause I'm Cowan. Hello, can I talk to the fire brigade? I can't breathe, I think I'm choking. I've just seen a man on the stairwell. I'm not quite sure, but I think he's smoking. Excuse me, but you can't smoke there. I don't care if you need some release. If you don't move, I'll get really angry, and then I'll just have to call the police, 'cause I'm Cowan. Yeah, I'm Cowan, and I want to talk to you, Cowan. Yeah, I'm Cowan, and I want to talk to you. I just wanna know your name, where you're from, what's your age. I just want to make a formal complaint to you. I just wanna be a dick, for no real reason, it's just for kicks. I just want someone to take the blame, 'cause I'm Cowan. I just wanna know your name, where you're from, what's your age. I just want to make a formal complaint to you. I just wanna be a dick, for no real reason, it's just for kicks. I just want someone to take the blame. I just wanna know your name, where you're from, what's your age. I just want to make a formal complaint to you. I just wanna be a dick, for no real reason, it's just for kicks. I just want someone to take the blame, 'cause I'm Cowan.
So there we go. That was Cows there from 14. Yes, that's on 14. And what a lovely song that is. And that was Robert Bones' pick for number 2 this week. And he said, seriously, how is it humanly possible to write a song like Cows? Well, Ricky isn't 100% human.
No, it's part machine.
Yep. Well, I was going to say part elephant. So that's...
I am the T1000.
Christine
Human
said,
flesh,
Robert, you picked long-
human flesh over endoskeleton.
Human flesh over endoskeleton.
Yep.
Shakespeare, Rowling, Lennon, McCartney, get behind this boy in the queue of great British writers. There we go. I get no praise whatsoever for.
Yeah, but they're all taking the piss out of my songs. They don't like
everyone
them.
together.
Yours are good.
Get everyone together. La 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 la. Right? I get no praise for that. Here's Ricky.
They're all taking the piss out of my songs. They don't say nothing bad about yours because they're good.
Apparently, he's part octopus. So there we go. Part pomme de terre. So that was our number 2 position this week. Now, so the podcast, to remind you, that will be out tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday. The guy's in Utah, so it'll probably be 8 hours time difference. So the moment I know I've got a link to it, I will post a link out there. It's a nice conversation. And we don't really start talking about space potatoes till half hour in. We have an argument about the merits of vinyl for about the first 20 minutes. So you can skip over some of that.
That's because he's like, oh, look at all those records you got behind you there, Chris.
That's a good impression. It's a good impression.
Did a gig in Utah.
We've done loads of gigs in Utah.
Yeah.
No, this.
Me and Dave have swam in a lake together in Utah.
No. The reason I'm mentioning this is
we haven't.
because I was very disappointed because it was a HBO Film Awards night, and after the gigs, there was us and the Charlatans on, and then after that, it turned into a nightclub, and Sarah Michelle Gellar was dancing upstairs while I was downstairs getting drunk. Missed everything.
Jesus Christ.
That's the biggest regret of your life, isn't it? You can just tell.
That should have been a true or false. That was.
Yeah.
It's all right. They won't remember next week.
No, just remember that. Ugh, it's a terrible night.
Worst day of Trev's life.
Not seeing Sarah
I
Michelle.
could have seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer in the flesh dancing, and possibly even somehow said hello. But I was downstairs drinking the free wine.
What did you do? Just whacked you over the head with a stake, like one of those vampire stakes. Just smacked you around the head.
Oh,
Evelyn's here in the chat.
Careful, he's going to get a sooty face again.
She was. That sounds really bad out of context. You've got to go back and watch
Can't say that.
his confession to get the context
What's
on that.
Trev's confession?
Yeah. Oh, it wasn't a confession. It was true or false, but you'll get it.
Whatever.
Yeah, you get it.
it's absolutely true and all.
Bex says, Dave, we know you're the true mastermind behind the whole thing. We don't want to compliment the perfect one too much. Over my lyrics, la la la, my fake complaint. Honestly, I'm not modest at all. I don't mind. Right, where were we? Oh yes, it's Sunday. Jesus the Pen. This is an old one. I didn't have time to contact Jesus this week because I was working too hard doing the edit, and he didn't have any initiative and do his own. So I'm going to have to play an old sermon of Jesus's. But this is one of your favourites and hasn't been played for a long time. So it's Sunday. You've skipped church. You need not feel guilty because it's Jesus time. For Jesus the Pen. Here we go.
This week, I thought I'd make my sermon autobiographical, considering that's who you'll worship, me. Here goes. I walked on water, I died for your sins. I healed a leper and said lots of things. My dad is holy, but not like the ghost. He is all-knowing, and he never boasts. Well, not much. I was a carpenter, my dad was my boss. But I wasn't hired to make my own cross. That made me angry, actually. My name is Jesus, and now I'm a pen. With this gift of blue ink, I have risen again. Amen.
There we go. Repeat of Jesus the Pen there. And that leads us on to our number one this week, which is picked by Robert Bone, who is playing Ricky's Guru in 2020 Rendezvous Series 2. If you haven't yet contributed or you want to contribute some more, please go to 2020rendezvous.com/shop and buy something or donate something or whatever. And if you haven't got the money to do that, then just recommend 2020 Rendezvous Series 1 to someone who hasn't watched it and get us another few views. That would be great. So, the number 1 position for this week, Robert Bone has picked 2020 Rendezvous, the song.
Oh, yes.
So
yes.
Ages.
Which means, because that's our usual outro music, I've had
We
to...
got to use it twice.
I know, I've had to rejig it and do something else at the end now. So we got a different treat for you at the end to listen to over the outro. So he added me even extra work with this one. So he says, so many awesome songs on Baked. It is the best of album after all. But I think none of it would have happened if it wasn't for this one track. Heart rate jumps a little when it starts with the ascending chords, with that minor adding a little twist, then the funky bass. Happy lyrics looking to a happy future and how awesome 2020 will be. Classic Space Potatoes. So, and this
awesome.
one, of course, has the video as well, which we haven't seen for a while without text over it. So, yeah, this was kind of not quite where it all started, but it was the title track, and it is.
Yeah, I wish I could record some of this incredible internet.
You are just kind of jerking about a bit there, but so this is our number 1 position.
I've got to
this
set
week.
up recording this. It's great.
This is 2020 Rendezvous.
Oh.
No
Megalomania, the new album by Space Potatoes. Previously unreleased tracks and hidden gems all compiled into one album. Outstanding work, The Weekly Beast. Featuring unknown classics such as Shut Me Down, Twisted in the Knife with Silence, Sell You the Lie, Fears, Run for Your Life and Forgive You. Buy Space Potatoes Megalomania now.
So there we go. That was number 1, 2020 Rendezvous. We haven't heard that in its entirety for a long time. Please like this video if you haven't already. I see it's only got 11 likes, but it's had many more viewers than that. So please like the video. And also, I hope you enjoyed at the beginning of the show. We played the cinematic mixes, the kind of background mixes of the songs, alternative versions. So if you got on late, then go back to the beginning and listen to the kind of the count in, because you'll hear foxes and cows and Wish I Wasn't Here and
they're really
a couple
good.
of others in kind of more soundtrack form, plus an odd version of 2020 Rendezvous with a guest harmonica player over it in the sound in the style of 1971 Status Quo. Which is,
yeah, but the guest harmonica player, well, you can't say who it is. But
not going to say who it is yet. No, might reveal that later. But that has a guest harmonica player. So, so there we go. But yeah, and I've picked a different song to play over the outro music. While that was on, because someone talked about the Why That Jumper. Well, it was the jumper that I wore all through the 90s, and we were a 90s band, you know, or 90s style band. So, but this is the jumper. I found it while I was clearing up earlier. And I've had this since I was about 13 years old. And,
blue collar on a red jumper. No.
I do like this jumper. It's the most unfashionable thing in the world, but I had to wear it in that video.
Looks like a baddie's costume off a Doctor Who episode.
Only a tit like my character would still wear something like this at that age. Anyway, so that's the end of the show. Hope you like the end song. Do you want to say goodbye, Chris?
See you later, Space Potatoes.
That's my line later on. Got there
Yeah.
first. Ricky?
I didn't know what you said.
He's too busy advertising.
That was your goodbye, was it? Okay. And Trevor?
Goodbye. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to finish this now.
So, thank you all for coming. Make the noise, everyone. See you later, Space Potatoes.
Monday, Monday.
Everyone is round the bend.
Monday, Monday.
Talk of Bankland's End.
Monday, Monday.
We let the space echo ring out.
Monday, Monday.
And give the boys and girls a shout.
Everyone together. Get everyone together. La 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 la. Monday, Monday.
Works for universal care.
Monday, Monday.
Quango if he cuts his hair.
Monday, Monday.
Wishing he said something else.